Buffalo picked up a huge win against Germantown last Thursday night and looks to remain undefeated with another road trip, this time to Clinton. I'm Greg Ellis with Coach Ty Harden, and this is Gridiron Takes. And Coach, you caught Germantown coming off, and I quote, this is what they said, their biggest win in school history. And I don't know if that made us more focused, but I thought that was probably the most solid game from start to finish we have played this year.
It's definitely the best we've played in all three phases. We played like I know we could play. We were the hunter. And, yeah, definitely. I don't think it was a good recipe for them. I thought it was a really good recipe for us. Quick turnaround for them, short week, biggest win in school history, big high. And I think, our guys were ready and prepared. They were excited to play at home and get to, they're kind of on a mission right now. We just got to keep that same mindset.
Do you think the best thing that could have happened for you guys was them to beat Starkville?
Absolutely. I think everybody saw that. We'll say that. It's different if they would have lost to them. They probably, might have been a little bit eager, hungrier, and our guys probably would have had more laps of judgments out. It's another team. That's why this week scares me. Definitely when we saw that happen, I knew it was going to be. I thought it would be really good for us.
Turned out to be the Quay Middlebrook show the other night, but everything worked the other night. Just talk about Quay's progression from the start of the season to where he's at now.
I mean, Quay's been Quay. Quay's going to, when he gets his opportunity, he's going to get his. I think Quay's one of the more or most consistent kids on our team. Always has been. It's been like that for the past few years. He's just taking advantage of the opportunity he's getting because we have so many guys on offense. I think the show Friday night, like when we did, player of the game, I showed the whole team because I just thought everybody played great, especially offensively. We couldn't miss on anything. I thought Tyreek Darden finally played like he could. Jeremiah played well. JJ played well. There's a lot of guys that played really well.
And the offensive line dominated.
They did. Like, Germantown looked like they were in slow motion.
Yeah.
We looked really fast up front. I don't know why that was the case. I thought they had a really good defensive line. I know it scared Coach Ward, scared myself. But thought the guys got after him, played really well.
We also need to talk about the defense. The guys really up front dominated there as well. And look, Germantown had a pretty good quarterback. That guy can throw the ball, and he knew where to put the ball. He had some beautiful passes. But when it came down, when it mattered the most, we either intercepted, got to him, rushed him, or forced him into some bad throws.
Yeah, we definitely played, the bend, no break defense, classic. That's what I told our guys. The only negative, I want to get off the field sooner because we gave up some big plays on third down.
Right.
There's like 3 or 4 third and longs that we gave up that we weren't happy about at all. I hope those could be learning lessons going forward. But yeah, our D, when I saw them kind of abandon the run, their power game, I was like, it's going to be a long game for them. I kind of knew after the first or second drive of the game, I felt like we've got this kind of in hand.
When you open a game with a drive like we have and just bam, 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 score, is that demoralizing to the other team?
It can go one or two ways, and I always say that about anything. It can get you revved up going, but it also gives you sometimes a false sense of hope. I've seen that happen where you drive right down easy or drive right down methodically, and it's like, oh man, we got this, and you kind of lose a lapse of judgment. Right. And it's like you kind of let your guard down and start playing with ease, and that's what I kept telling our guys. Even when we got up like 28-0 early on first half, it's like, guys, long game. Keep your composure. Keep your composure. Long game. They're a good team. And I've got to catch myself doing that because I get caught up in the emotions of the game. And just think it's, because that's normal.
Right. Hard to believe we're down to 2 games, 2 big games. We win, we clinch a playoff spot. That's not important. You want the division. You want that home field advantage. We hadn't lost a regular season division game since 2 years ago at Clinton, and boy, was that a painful one because it knocked us out of the playoffs. They beat us on a last-second field goal. Clinton's record is not what it's normally, but they've had a lot of adversity too this year.
Yeah, it's the game that scares you the most. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, just they're a one-win team. They've only played one division game though.
The opener was a bye week from them.
Yeah, open division
had to be for somebody.
Right. Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries this year. Some of their best players have been out. They're supposed to be or could be getting some of them back. I don't know. We know we've got to take a 3.5-hour road trip into a division opponent that is always good.
Yeah.
They can easily make the playoffs. That's all they're trying to do is make the playoffs.
Exactly.
They need a win or 2 wins, and that's all they need. And so we know they're kind of backs against the corner, and they're going to fight. And so we've got to play well. We can't have our guard down at all. And like I said, this game, like I've told our guys, I say each game is the biggest game of the season. I mean, this is a playoff game. You got to treat this game like it's the biggest game of the season for sure.
A desperate team can be a scary team.
Absolutely.
Is this, when you look at the schematics of this team, is it the same Clinton team we've seen over the last?
It's what they've wanted to do the past 2 years. They're going to be big up front on the offense and defensive line. They want to run their basically old school triple option type of stuff out of a new system, out of a spread concept. They want athletic quarterbacks that can run, and they want a running back that can run downhill, and they want a running back that can go side to side. Defensively, they want to attack. They got a nose guard that's about 6'4", 350, 360. He's a mountain. I mean, he's a D1 player. He's hard to move. When he goes, you can't block him. And they're really well coached. They've got some tradition down there, and so I mean it's who we've seen the past 2 years schematically.
Right. So before we close, I want to talk about one thing. You have always been a big proponent of keeping the schedule. The last 4 weeks of the season are going to drive you crazy. One, we play on Thursday night, so that messes that week up. Then you get a long week because we don't play again until a Friday night. Then you get an open date, which you despise, but didn't have a choice this year.
You have a choice.
And then you close the year on another short week. On a Thursday night.
You try to spin it as a positive somehow. The older I get, I sometimes have to say, look, man, we got to find the positive in something. A lot of these teams that we've playing, or a lot of teams in the state of Mississippi, have taken a bye week by now.
Right.
Have gotten a bye week 5, 6, or 7. We haven't. I'm going to say, hey, we're going to take it for a week for us to get fully rested, and you can see a fully loaded Tupelo. We win this Friday, we feel really good. It gives you a week and a half to prepare for Starkville.
Right.
A team that,
Starkville.
And so I'm just trying to treat it as a positive. Get our guys get a rest a little bit. You obviously had a quick turnaround this past week. I feel like they got a little. We gave them Sunday off. We always make them come in on Sunday after we won Thursday. I was like, look, if you win Thursday, we won't give you Sunday off. Same thing with this Sunday. Well, we should,
nice.
But.
And then I forgot you had fall break last week. So
we had fall break. I mean, that was one of the toughest things is fall break, getting the kids out of the routine of being in the afternoon, from being in the afternoon to in the mornings, because a lot of their bodies aren't woken up by then.
Last question. You got your Halloween stuff set?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you ride by our house right now, you would think you're in Halloween town.
Love it.
And my daughter's already changed what our family costume idea is going to be this past week.
She's in charge now.
And it's like, oh my gosh, we got to change it. I don't know. We already had it set for 6 months, and now we changed it, so we'll have 2 different costumes.
Awesome.
We're watching Halloween movies every night. We're doing Halloween stuff. We love it. This is the best time of year.
Awesome. Coach, thanks for taking the time to join us. Good luck Friday night, 7 o'clock at Clinton. Then we get an open week, come back on Thursday, November the 2nd, close out the regular season against our friends from Starkville. For Coach Harden, I'm Greg Ellis. This is Gridiron Takes.